well. But my friend had her mommy thrown in jail.
Welcome to Move Faces TV. I'm your host, Brandon J, and I'm joined by a legend here in the music industry and film and television industry as well, Mr. Kerry Gordy. Kerry, how are you?
I'm not a legend.
You are a legend, man. Come on.
Okay, what's up?
What's going on, man? So, one of the things I've always wanted to know, because I had the opportunity to meet you a couple years ago, which was cool. How did you get started? Besides, being in the house of Motown, but what from an A&R standpoint? How did you get involved in becoming an A&R?
Well, first of all, I started in the mailroom at Motown. Okay, and I learned. It was a great start because I learned every position and every department by delivering mail to everybody.
I see.
Right? And so I got to walk around and I got to understand, A&R, marketing, finance, promotion, distribution, and sales, just by walking through every day. Started at 14 years old, right?
That's crazy.
And then I realized that what I wanted to do was an A&R, because A&R was the most fun of all, because A&R means artist and repertoire, and that means you're in charge of all of the music, all of the artists, and doing everything, like kind of managing the artist inside of the company, the in-house artist manager, right? And we're responsible, the A&R people are responsible from taking something from nothing to a finished product.
So would you say your influence has a lot to do with whether or not that specific song, for example, gets picked up as the actual single that the label releases?
Absolutely, because we're the ones who actually find the songs. Well, first of all, we're the ones who find the artist.
Right.
Okay. Then, once we have the artist on board, then we find the songs, right? And whether we have to go out and look in other people's albums that are, that didn't hit, or whether we get submissions from publishers, or where we get submissions from other managers, or wherever we have to find the song, or friends, or whatever it is, we find the song and we match the song with the artist. And the song is the number one thing.
Right.
The song has to be great, so we make sure that the song meets with whatever the vision was for that artist.
Is there a specific ingredients which makes a hit record?
Well, the issue is that hits have a lot of ingredients that are the same. It has to, when you start off, it has to be catchy and it has to catch your ear pretty good. The melody has to be something that you remember, but it can't be monotonous. Something that you want to sing afterwards,
right,
but you don't want to feel like, okay, that's monotonous. The concept of the song, and I think the concept and the words are like, those are the things that give the songs legs. A lot of people listen to songs and they don't even know what the songs are talking about. They just know that they feel good, right? And so they sing
you bob
along.
your head, you're dancing to it, whatever it may be.
That's right. And but the things that give songs legs are the lyric and the concept of the song. I think even the concept more than the lyric. I love you just the way you are. It's a both times, right?
Right.
It's a concept that works, and you can say a lot of things around that concept. But the fact of the matter is, it's that the concept of that works. Right.
Would you say you're what you call a quadruple threat, being a songwriter, a producer, you write screenplays as well, and at the same time being an A&R?
Well, I don't really write screenplays. I'm much more of an executive producer, and I kind of oversee people that I bring in. The good thing is, since I was an artist, and since I was a writer, and since I was a producer, and since I have done promotion, and since I have done marketing, a little bit of distribution, a lot of business affairs. Since I've done all of that stuff, I have a general knowledge of everything that needs to happen. So I'm a real good person to actually bring in, bounce stuff off of. Oh no, you can't say that. That doesn't make sense. You got to be logical. You got to be chronological. You have to make sure that the person listening to the song is that they are sympathetic to the person singing. Right. So you know, it's a real interesting thing. You know, there are connotations that you want to use. You know, sexual connotations are almost always good. I don't like doing blatantly nasty stuff.
But, no dirty South stuff over here.
Well, I don't like personally doing blatantly nasty stuff, right? I like my nasty to be cleverly nasty as opposed to blatantly nasty. But the fact of the matter is that the double connotations are always good, where people, you know, it's getting hard to go to sleep. You know,
right, exactly.
Stuff like
exactly.
that.
Well, Kerry, you know, I was doing some research on you, and I didn't know this, but you know, growing up as a kid, you were friends with Benny Medina, and actually the hit TV show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was kind of based on him moving into your household. Tell us a little bit about that.
Benny was a student at Beverly Hills High School. We were both students together at Beverly Hills High School, and he was. I wouldn't say he was an orphan. He didn't. His mother died, and his father didn't live with them, and he lived with his uncle at this St. Elmo's Village or whatever. And he was one of the talented guys, but he met a really great guy, Jack Elliott, who was the guy who used to do the scoring for a lot of the television shows. Right? And this guy liked Benny and let Benny live in his garage in Beverly Hills. So that gave him the opportunity to go to Beverly Hills High School. So when I met Benny at Beverly Hills High School, he auditioned to be in my band, Apollo.
That's crazy. What type of band was it?
It was a disco band. We were a teen idol band for a couple of years. We did a couple of 100 gigs around the world, and had a lot of ridiculous amount of fun at 17 through 19.
There's nothing like going on tour and experiencing that type of atmosphere.
Not at 17. It's a ridiculous. It's something that everybody should have the chance to do, but nobody should really ever do it.
Right.
Because it's like it's ridiculous. You know?
Yes.
You have all the money. You have all the girls. You have all of the temptations in life. Right. And you and at that age, it's really hard for you to make the correct decisions. And of course,
a lot of temptation. There's a lot of temptation out there.
That's right. There's a lot of temptations. There's a lot of four tops. There's a lot of those. A lot of stuff.
So, Kerry, I know you always have a lot going on. You're a very busy executive. Tell us, what are you guys currently working on right now?
Okay, right now we have a television show called The Jada Grace Show that we are currently producing. We own a studio in Vegas. It's a 50,000 square foot facility. 40,000 of it is studio and 10,000 of it is office. And this show is about this little 12-year-old girl who actually becomes she and her little BFF in their bedroom put their bedroom antics on the internet. It goes viral. A real producer sees it and offers them their own television show. Okay?
Wow.
And the only thing is that she's like, okay, that's cool, but I have to produce it. So what happens is, it is a sitcom about a variety of 12-year-old girl doing a variety show and all the issues that she has to go through to do this show, because realistically she has no concept of budget.
Right.
she wants lions and tigers and tightropes and just crazy stuff, and they're like, hey, you can't you can't do that. And she's like, hey, you gotta spend money to make money. And that's when you play Give Me My Money.
Give Me My Money. Now tell us a little bit about that record. How did you guys come up with the concept of Give Me My Money?
Well, it's really simple. First of all, it's her first. It's her first record.
Okay.
From the television show, and it's real simple. The concept is, what do you say that's going to get people's attention? Okay, and you have a little girl saying, you know, give me my money, right? And it's cute. Then you throw all of the stimulus package stuff in there because she's like, hey, wait a minute, you know, all these other people got their money, give me my money,
right?
And you know, and then she's telling her, you know, she's telling her parents, you know, I did all this work. I did my chores, I did my schoolwork, I did everything. Now you promised me allowance, now give it to me, right? And then she says in one lyric in the song, she says, you know with me, I'll never tell, but my friend had her mommy thrown in jail, right? Oh. Now the thing about it, which is great, is we just put that out. We put it on YouTube, and oh my gosh, what people are coming back and saying about this record and about this little girl is really unbelievable. I mean, it's really, really unbelievable, because they're like, that girl, she should be spanked. She should not be,
right,
you know, saying this and saying that.
Yeah, she's got a lot of attitude.
Yeah, she's like, I got places to go and people to see and things to do. So please, mama, please, give me my money, right? So,
yes.
And people,
it's clever. It's definitely clever.
It's fun. The issue is it's fun. It's unique. But what happens is, you know, we put it out. We put it out about 5 weeks ago. We got about 50 hits on the first day, which scared everybody in my office. But now we're 5 weeks down, and we're over 200,000 views. So it's starting to pick up some steam, and it's starting to work, and everybody's kind of really getting into it.
How does an artist get seen now? Because, you know, YouTube was popping, and it is popping still, but it's not like when Soulja Boy jumped on there and Jimmy Iovine said, well, it's obvious for me, he had 20 million downloads, I'm signing him, or it's Justin Bieber. How do you get seen now in the industry?
Well, that is the most primary way for someone who has nothing to get seen, because they have the ability, everybody has the ability to upload something to YouTube. Okay.
Right, it's very cost effective. It's free.
That's right. It's free. But the problem is getting something that becomes viral is an interesting concept. Basically, you can get something to become viral by being ridiculous and stupid. But how do you get something to become viral that's legitimate? That's kind of the rub. That's kind of a rough one. I mean, you just have to get out there and put your stuff out. I mean, put your stuff on the internet, and then you have to get out there and be seen. You have to go and start playing gigs, and you have to get yourself like your own little army of people that come and see you, and you're like, say, hey, tweet on me, post on me, share on me.
Yeah, you got to share the content, or else it's not gonna go viral.
And the point is that the more you play, the more you're seen, the bigger your audience gets. That's what happened with LMFAO. I mean, literally 3.5 years ago, we were sitting, I went to see them at this club called Above the Rocks. Here it's the Roxy,
okay,
right?
Okay.
And literally, there were 15 people there to see their show. And out of the 15,
you were one of those people.
Well, 8 of us were family.
Okay.
Right? So the fact of the matter is but they just kept playing, and they had a good show. They were fun,
very energetic. They're fun. They interact with the crowd very well.
That's right, and they're silly. You know, they understood their brand, and it's very important for anybody that wants to get out there to understand, one, who are you, right? Who are you? What are you trying to say? Then second of all, who am I talking to? Right? And once you understand who you are and who you're talking to, then you'll have a much better idea of the type of material that you need to do. Because the kids out there, the people, they're not stupid. If you're doing something that's just not you and doesn't fit you because
it's
somebody...
not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work,
Right.
because the kids, they know who's real and who's bull.
When you're being real, it's real substance. It's like what
That's right.
we always hear in our camp is being... when you come with something, not only is it important to execute, but having that real substance, that stuff that you're really passionate about it. Because you can't fake it. Everybody can feel it and everybody can see it.
That's right. That's right. No question about it.
So, you know what's funny, Kerry, is LMFAO, I was listening to I'm in Miami and Shots, and then they came out with this party rock record that just took off, and it hit #1 on Billboard. I mean, that was just incredible. They started a whole movement with the whole shuffling thing and all that stuff.
Yeah, my little brother Stefan is very, Redfoo.
Redfoo. Okay.
And by the way, it's Redfoo of LMFAO.
Right.
Okay?
That's Stefan. It's Redfoo.
Redfoo of LMFAO. Redfoo is an amazing, he's a very smart, analytic type of guy. And he's funny and he's fun. So his concept was, I don't want to do anything that is not fun and is not funny. And so brand-wise, that's his thing, along with, getting as many girls as he possibly can.
Well, hey, it comes with the territory.
Yeah,
I mean, the party, it comes with the territory, guys.
Yeah.
So, Kerry, I have one more question for you, and thank you so much, because I know you're working on a million things right now. What advice can you give to the youth? Anybody aspiring to be an executive, anybody aspiring to be a producer or a songwriter or just an artist as well, what would you advise them to do?
I don't know. I think that the key is do whatever you love, okay? And if you do whatever you love and you do it really well, then I think you'll be successful. The key is, if you really love it, don't give up and figure out a way to get it done. I find that a lot of people say stuff like, oh my gosh, I have this demo, it really doesn't sound that good, but I'm looking for somebody to kind of help me. And that worked 20 years ago.
But we're not 20 years ago. I mean,
But it doesn't work now, because
Right.
this is the deal, and this is how I feel. I feel that anybody who's serious about their craft, who's really serious about their craft, just like you guys, like you came here, you have your camera equipment, you have your microphone. The point is that you have and the thing about it is maybe the camera equipment was $200,000 10 years ago, right? But now it's affordable to most people who are serious. Now, if you aren't serious about it, then you still won't be able to get it.
Of course.
But I mean, even if you have to work at McDonald's for 8 months to get it,
whatever it takes to make it happen.
But this is how I feel. For $5,000 right now, you can make something. You can get enough equipment to make something that an executive can hear and can be competitive with what's going on out there, right? For $5,000. So if you come to me and you don't have the goods, then listen, you don't deserve to be in this game. Because if you couldn't get $5,000 to figure that out, and if you couldn't put the team around you to figure that out, then that's your bad.
Yeah, because exactly, because it's not just about the artist being the one that makes everything happen. It's the team behind the artist, and people want to invest. They're not just investing into the artist; they're investing into the team that can make things happen.
Okay, let me tell you something, and this is the thing. I think that there are 5 things that need to happen in an artist's career, and if they don't happen, then it's going to be very hard to be successful. Okay, and these are secrets. Okay, the first thing is that the artist has to have the creative element. Okay, so whether it's a writer, producer, singer, that creative element has to be good, and it has to be better than whatever else is going on out there. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, and the problem is the artist thinks that that is the thing that is the most important. Okay, now I think it's very important, but the next thing that you have to have is you have to have a marketing strategy. Excuse me. How am I going to get my stuff out to the market? Right? How am I going to get it out? And how am I going to make it so that people can physically see me?
Yeah, because the likelihood of somebody running into somebody like you, Kerry, is slim to none.
Well, but that's not true either. That's not true. There are enough tools out there so that people who are really serious can get on the internet. They can get and find really anybody they want to find. Okay,
It's a little creepy, Kerry.
It's a little creepy, but you know what? It's true.
Right.
And the bottom line is having the guts to go ahead and do it. Because a lot of people, oh no, I don't want to do that, or I can't call this person, or I can't. But the fact of the matter is, so the second thing is the marketing. The third thing is the finance. Okay, you have to have somebody in your camp that understands finance. Right? And not only the finance to get you to where you have to get to, but the finance so that when monies come in and things happen, that those resources are allocated correctly. Right? Because the bottom line is, if I'm doing my own thing, I can't just take all the money and spend it on a car. I have to reinvest into myself so that I can, put this much money into creating something, put this percentage into creating it, put this percent into marketing, put this percent away, and put this percent away for taxes. So the fact of the matter is that that's the second element. The third element. The fourth element is distribution, right? Distribution. How am I going to sell my stuff? How am I going to sell it? Now I'm out there. But how do I, get
it out there to the masses?
Yeah. Get people out there to the masses. The next one, and these aren't in the right order, I just put them in, I'm just telling you.
No, but you're giving us the secrets right here on Move Faces.
The next one is the business affairs of it, okay? The legal side of it. You can do all of this great stuff and then not have your legal together and your paperwork together.
And you just signed your life away.
Well, you can sign your life away. See, it's not so bad to sign something if you know what you're signing. But a lot of times, people sign stuff and they don't even know what it is they're signing.
Right.
So
you got to do your due diligence.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that sign ridiculous contracts, and I can name them, starting with Kerry Gordy signed his first contract was ridiculous. LA and Babyface, their first contract was ridiculous. Almost everybody I know had a ridiculous first contract. But all of these people knew that they were strong enough that as soon as they were able to overcome that, they called the shots. But at first, you have to get your foot in the door. And it's unbelievably hard to work from outside the door as opposed to it is from working inside the door.
Of course.
Right? So now you have the business affairs of it. And then the last thing that should really be a financial issue, but I call it something else. I call it collections. Collecting your money is a whole nother issue. Being able to collect your money is important. You can be successful with the A&R and the creative. You can be successful with how you allocate the finances out. You can be successful on how you business affairs and put the deal together from a legal perspective. You can be successful based on how you marketed it. You can be successful how you distribute it, and then not know how to collect your money. Right? And
that's the bad part, because everybody wants to get paid at the end of the day. Kerry, you've given us so much valuable information and really answered our questions very thoroughly. Thank you so much for the time. And I look forward to seeing what the Jada Grace Show. When is that going to launch as well?
Okay, the Jada Grace Show is it's really interesting. We are in the process of shooting. We've shot 14 episodes.
Oh, wow.
And we're in the process of shopping the television show now. We started shopping it internationally just recently. We just closed 2 deals. As a matter of fact,
Congratulations.
as of last week, we are running on in South Africa,
Okay.
which is very cool. And we just closed a deal with Israel, right? So I got all of my chosen people. Anyway it goes, we're excited about that, and now we're focusing on shopping it in the US, and then we're gonna redirect it back overseas again, and that's for strategic reasons to do it that way. But we're excited about it. We're very excited about it.
Well, congrats on everything, and Kerry, once again, thank you for taking the time. This is a great interview here in the studio with Mr. Kerry Gordy himself right here on Move Faces TV.
Okay, and Jada Grace, JADAGRACE, and it's Gimme My Money, GIMME, my money. Okay?
We all could use a little money.